Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early November 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as usual and start you off with an oracle card here just so we can dip our toes into energy. See what's going on for my lovely Aquarius friends out there. I hope you're all fantastic. So what's going on, my guides? Talk to me. What do we got? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what kind of shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Aquarius, please? Guides and Spirit Team. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. So there could be a lot of reflecting here. There could be a lot of mental energy happening more than usual when I see this card. And this card does have links to the past or things that have already happened. So we'll speak about that. Before we do, though, Aquarius, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading we go. Enough of the promo there. You see this card, it's interesting. It pops up from time to time for all the signs. This lovely lady, she has her eyes closed and she has that locket in her hand. So to me, this is a big energy of somebody thinking about the past, being in the past, or some sort of connection to that. This is very similar to the Six of Cups to me, right? A lot of history or a lot of memories with this card. Now, like I was also saying, this could be a very active mind. You might be daydreaming a little more than usual. You might be overthinking a little bit when a card like this shows up. There are also undertones of communication, wanting to speak to someone or someone wanting to speak to you. So there's a lot of layers to this card. Not necessarily a rough energy, but it is very much mentally active. So we're just going to put her down there. We're going to see if any of those links show up in the reading. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get the intuitive, juicy stuff. Shuffle it up one time here for Aquarius, please. And yeah, I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote, okay? So, last week's reading, and you know me, I like to keep the titles as simple as possible. It was titled, They Are in Pain. So whether that was you, whether that was someone you're linked to, it was giving me the vibe of somebody going through something, going through a tough time. So hopefully things haven't been too rough on you, okay? But it is all about the cycle of life. We all go through ups, we all go through downs, the waxing, the waning, the ebbs, the flows. And it did seem like somebody was going through something there. But let's see what we have this week. As I always say, it's never set in stone. Energy is always moving. So only take this how it applies to you, of course. Because we could be looking at the energy of other people in your circle of influence as well. Let's get 3 out here for Aquarius, please. Thank you. Yeah, so we're starting with a bang. We're starting with heavy action. And just like I've been seeing in all the air signs this week, we have the Knight of Wands in position number 1. There's a lot of fiery energy, a lot of movement. Okay, now that could be volatile. That could be a good thing. Now we have the 9 of Swords in position number 2. So immediately we're getting this fire-air mixture and the active mind like we were seeing with that Oracle card. Somebody who might be stressing a little bit. Makes sense with what we had last week. Okay, we have the Fool in position number 3. So that is a possible pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. This isn't all bad, but I will say this. It's fire and air. And that is very, you know, like pick your poison type of energy. It could be very, very good, but it could also be warnings. So let's go through real quick. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. So position number 1, the Knight of Wands. Heavy action card, similar to the Fool. They're both very indicative of action, moves being made, things happening. This isn't an idle energy. Now, if this isn't a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sag, when I see the Knight of Wands, I think of action. Yeah, it could be somebody who's like a party animal, somebody that is like in the spotlight, the life of the party. But if this isn't a person, it is action. It's somebody that's really amped up to make something happen, to make a move. So very movable energy, like I was saying, explosive energy, especially since it's right next to the Sword card. So we really want to clarify that and see what it's about. Is it a positive action? Is it not? That's to be seen. Moving to the center, though, we have the 9 of Swords. So as I was saying with the very first Oracle card in the beginning, this a lot of head action, a lot of head space action and movement happening here. The 9 of Swords could be issues in the night. Somebody who is, you know, when you're laying down to sleep and your head's racing, your mind's racing, That's kind of like what this card represents. Now, it could be somebody that is very anxious. This could represent somebody that is extremely nervous. Anything where like the nerves are on edge, the overthinking. So we really want to see what this is about. The Nine of Swords to me also could represent the paranormal. So you might be having more paranormal experiences in this time, or there's just things linked to the paranormal that Spirit's highlighting, okay? So whether it's the experiences or the interest. Could be a warning there, though. Moving to the very back end, we have the Fool card. Now, this could represent an Aries, so you see what I mean? A lot of fire here, a lot of possible volatility. That's why I said there could be warnings, or it could be very good. Now, usually the Fool represents the beginning of a new journey, the beginning of a new cycle, a new beginning. So I like that at the end of this reading, we have one of the more positive cards. Now, all cards in tarot have an interesting duality, where there's positivity, sure, but there's also warnings. With the Fool card, it's a warning against spontaneity, doing things without thinking them through, saying things without thinking them through. So we're going to want to see what this is about. Usually the Fool is about to walk off a cliff and you see that dog biting at the Fool's ankles like, hey, 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 don't do that. But it could just be the prosperous beginning of a new journey, which I really like. So I want to dive deeper on all of this, Aquarius. Let's do that. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, so we're going to get a good shuffle here for my Aquarians, please. Guides and Spirit team, let's see what we got for you. And yes, Aquarius, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this Knight of Wands. And also, if you read tarot yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aquarius, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. You won't be stepping on my toes. Let's see what's up with that Knight of Wands. So, why is it here? Thank you. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, something's going to be making a whole bunch of sense, or somebody's about to make a really big move. There is no confusion here. We have the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? So, of course, this could be the energy of something being revealed as well, because that is one of my cards of mystery. But the fact that Two of Swords in reverse, like there is no confusion here. This is some sort of action that's about to take place. So if there's something you've been mulling over for a long time, something you've been wanting to do, there could be an opportunity to make that happen. Heavy action here. Once again, the fire, the air, so explosive action. Action that might make ripples. Okay, so just beware of that. Now, I do want to see how the rest of this reading plays out, but when I get the Two of Swords in reverse under this Knight of Wands, either something is going to be revealed to you, a mystery is made known, or something makes sense, or this is just like no holds barred, straightforward action. This person is decided, like, all right, this is what's going to happen. I'm doing this. Okay, it's like almost set in stone type of energy. So there will be ripples to it, though. Okay, not saying this is something you're going to do or somebody else, that's for you to decide, but there could be some sort of action that takes place where there's a ripple effect. We're going to go in on that Nine of Swords. We'll see if we get more detail on this along the way. So why is this Nine of Swords here? I try my best not to get too hung up in any certain area. Why is this Nine of Swords here? Tower, yeah. Okay, yeah, these are two people in completely different modes. The Tower is usually the energy of shock, and I'm getting, shock, nervousness. And we were picking that up in the beginning that someone might be a bit of a worrywart, or this could be somebody who is of two minds. Because like I said in this beginning, explosive action, somebody who's going to do something, yeah, there's going to be shock waves and ripples, but there's a confidence in the beginning. In the center here, this is somebody who's nervous about the towers. They're nervous about ripples. They're nervous about shakeups. So this might be something or someone who's of two minds about something, or two people in completely different modes, right? Like this person is nervous or scared about this tower or regretful about it, something like that. So this is something to watch out for, Aquarius. The shocking energy still persists because like I said in the beginning, there are ripples, there are shock waves, and we're kind of picking this up. So it could be shocking action taking place or somebody's actions having repercussions for others. Like that's another vibe I'm getting here. So we have warnings here for sure. Now, I don't like to be a worrywart. I don't like to try to be a downer or be negative or anything like that. But if I see any possible warnings in the cards, I'm going to tell you. Okay, and there are a few here. But sometimes actions have good consequences, right? So maybe these ripples, these shock waves are a good thing. Let's see what's up with the Fool, though. I don't want to like really put too much into it yet when we still haven't seen what's going on with the Fool. But there's been this heavy action since the beginning. Thank you. All right, this is good. This is good. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright underneath the Fool. Everything's going to be okay. That's kind of what this tells me. And I had a similar thing in the Leo reading, I believe, where like there was like things that seemed like mayhem. There was a lot going on, but in the end, everything will be fine. Now, the Queen of Pentacles could represent a mother figure. The Queen of Pentacles could represent an earth sign. But when I see her in the upright under the Fool, this is somebody moving towards something bountiful, somebody moving towards blessings. To me, this feels like blessings in disguise or somebody who's going to be going on the right path. So sometimes in life, things need to be cleared away to clear the new path for you. So for some of you, that might be a very pertinent thing. If you've been through recent shocks, if you've been through recent towers, if things have been a little bit volatile, that could be paving the way for blessings and the bounty of the universe that could be coming in. So these could be heavy blessings or payoffs in the end. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, this could be something paying off. Whatever new path you start moving on, whatever new cycle you're moving into, could be extremely prosperous. Because she, like I said, she's very much like the Empress to me. So this is extremely positive feeling on the back end. Even though we got some mayhem up in the front. Let's go through and talk about it, though. We'll see how it all plays out. Because it's like we have a lot going on. Then even though we have positivity on the back, we got to talk about it. So if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Knight of Wands with the Two of Swords in reverse. Like I said, this to me felt like someone who had their mind made up. There's no confusion. They're going to do what they're going to do. No change in their mind. Explosive action, especially with all the fire and air combining. We have the Tower. Extremely volatile energy, so there could be important or serious warnings at play as well. But this person's going to do something, and there's going to be a ripple effect here. There's going to be shock waves. Moving to the center, we have the Nine of Swords with the Tower. So either this is someone very nervous about a tower happening, or this could be a tower coming in and someone being very affected by it. Like I said, I could see somebody who's of two minds about something. Like, I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. Or it could be just two people affected by something completely differently. One person okay, another person not. However, regardless of all the shocking, volatile energy we got going on, the back end is positive because we have the Fool card with the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, I almost said Empress, but the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This is the energy of blessings. Whatever new path you're going to be walking on is going to be good. Maybe whatever's happening right now is a blessing in disguise, even if it doesn't feel like it. But this could be something paying off in the end. This is the energy, like I said, of everything will be okay. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into those further. I'm going to get you one shadow card here real quick, Aquarius, just to tie this up in a nice, neat little bow. So what do we got in the shadows for Aquarius, please? Yeah, that was definitely an interesting one, like with all the volatility in the front, but then the happiness in the back, that's good. So a lot of you could be dealing with a blessing in disguise of some sort. Let's get one shadow card. One shadow, thank you. All right, yeah, Two of Pentacles in the shadows. This is usually a card of balance. So when we look at the shadow side of the Two of Pentacles, it's a card of imbalance. So I know those are terms that get thrown around quite a bit in tarot readings, okay? Nothing is ever truly in a state of balance. We all just try to get as close as we can. But there's always going to be ebbs and flows, ups and downs, just like I was saying way at the beginning of the spread. The Two of Pentacles is something that is off kilter. Some of you might be dealing with something that's not fair, all right? This could represent issues in regards to money. So keep your mind on that. Like in this time, you might be having some money issues. Obviously not every Aquarius. But when I see the Two of Pentacles, it is something that's imbalanced. Now, if you look at your life, look at situations you're going through, you could pinpoint what area needs most attention, because this is Spirit saying like, hey, something's not right about that over there. You might want to try to tip those scales. Okay, so Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced the day after Halloween, November 1st. But for November, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Vice Versa Tarot once again. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what are you most grateful for? 'Tis the season, am I right, my friends? That's all you need to do to enter. And at the end of November, I'll announce the winners of my community tab. My friends, as always, much love, and I'll see you next time.